Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Doug Billings here. I'm running for governor in the state of Kansas. I am a MAGA conservative aligned with President Trump. I've met with him 3 times. We are on the same page. We're endorsed by General Michael Flynn, by Dr. Doug Frank. We will contribute to the rebuilding of Kansas to make it healthy again, to make it prosperous again, and to get rid of what has become really the Communist Socialist Party. The Democrat Party does not exist, folks. I think evidence of the obvious is sufficient. And right away, I want to talk to you independent or Democrat voters. John and Jane Doe on the streets of Topeka, for example, who may have voted for Biden, but have now looked around and said, this is not at all what I bought into. And they like what they see from President Trump and the initiatives that he's put forth. My K-DOGE initiative is one of those things. We know that Elon Musk and President Trump have already created the template that we need in Kansas. K-DOGE, the Kansas Department of Government Efficiency, to reduce, eliminate, and find fraud and waste and, quite frankly, crime in our state. I will audit every department under the purview of the governor's office. We're going to find about $1 billion in savings by doing that. That will go a long way to either reducing, if not eliminating, the state portion of property tax in the state. We're also going to work on ways that we can bolster the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency technology and bolster the results that would come from that to help eliminate income tax. There's all sorts of ways we can be creative to do that. Also, election integrity, very, very important. Look, we can talk about every right that we have, the most sacred right to life, the right to bear arms, the right to have a voice in the election of your government officials, but none of it means anything unless we know that our elections count. If anyone either in office or running for office is telling you that Kansas does not have election integrity issues, that person is either wildly uninformed or they're lying to you. We will go back to paper ballots and say goodbye to the voting machines, my friends. Schools in Kansas, decisions about curriculums and what's in the schools will go back to the parents and school boards in local counties throughout the state. Topeka will not have control over the curriculums any further. Only 2 flags, my friends, 2 flags will be flown in Kansas schools, the United States flag and the Kansas flag. Every woke and DEI initiative will be erased from the books, and we will be free of that nonsense separatism. Second Amendment rights shall not be infringed. No foreign country, I don't care who it is, will own land in Kansas. We're also going to look at what we can do to help restore health, make Kansas healthy again. I plan on working with President Trump and Bobby Kennedy to make sure that the MAHA, the Make America Healthy Again movement, migrates towards Kansas. You will never be mandated to wear a mask again if I'm governor. Freedom of religion, guaranteed, as long as it's not a violent mock religion. The satanic mass that happened on the steps of our Capitol is one of the key reasons why I'm in this race. We had the governor and the leader of the Republican Party say that we had to accept that because it fell under the blanket of free speech. Folks, that's nonsense. Our founding fathers had no intent to wrap Satanism in the protective blanket and sacredness of free speech. And we've got to say this out loud. And that's what's different about me. None of these other candidates will talk to you in these terms, and none of the other candidates will tell you the truth with the passion in which it needs to be stated. We have radical liberal monsters out there who would dare to suggest to you that this myth of gender misappropriation exists. That's a mental disorder. It does not exist. And they would also dare suggest that children, in order to be happy, would have to mutilate their genitalia. And that is horrible language. I admit it's shocking. But ladies and gentlemen, it needs to be said. And these are the things that I will attack and take on for Kansans, to make Kansans first. We are the vast majority of thought on all of these topics. And I'm going to make sure that you're heard, my friends. If you want to contribute to our cause, please head over to Doug Billings for Kansas. Doug Billings for FOR Kansas.com. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. We are in this together. Believe it. For Kansas. Cheers.